I'm sorry I'm late. I lost track of time. I didn't mean to be late, I swear. It wasn't intentional. You know how sometimes when you're looking for something, like your keys or your wallet or your phone, and you ask someone, have you seen my keys? And they'll be like, yeah, they were in the last place you looked. And then you think, as if anyone would carry on looking for something after they found it. I mean, that's what happened with the remote. I asked you where the remote was, and you said it was behind the sofa. So I went and I looked behind the sofa, and it wasn't there. And then you said, well, it was in the last place you looked. And I thought, as if anyone would look in the same place twice when they re-looking for something they already found. And then we had this huge fight about nothing, really, because you weren't actually looking for the remote. You were just trying to be helpful, I guess, by telling me where it was. But I took it the wrong way and I got really angry and I started shouting at you. And then you started shouting back, and then we were both out of breath, and I was like, why are we doing this? Why are we shouting at each other? And you were like, I don't know. Why do you always have to make everything a fight? Why can't you just take a joke? And I was like, I wasn't taking the joke. I thought you were being serious. And then you said, well, I am being serious. I didn't mean to upset you. And then I felt really bad because you didn't deserve any of that, and I apologized, and then we hugged. But then afterwards, when we came out of the bedroom, your mom was standing in the hallway and she was like, what took you so long? And I was like, what? And she was like, I've been downstairs. Your dad's been downstairs for the last hour. He said he couldn't get upstairs because you two were making so much noise. And then I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't realize you were asleep. And she was like, asleep? No, I wasn't asleep. I was just resting my eyes. I had a long day. And then she walked off. And then I looked at you and I was like, her resting her eyes, that doesn't mean she was asleep, does it? And you were like, no, of course not. She was definitely awake. She just said she was resting her eyes so that we wouldn't interrupt her. She's a bit tired. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize. And then I went downstairs and your dad was asleep in his chair.